Hello and welcome, Grand Rapids. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm your anchor, Josie Sabo.
And I'm your other anchor, Sean Francis. And because the Easter Bunny has finally poked his head out of his hole, saw his shadow, and told spring to sprung, swap those jants for jorts, we've got a fresh bouquet of local, national, and world stories that you may have missed.
You're welcome, Grand Rapids. This is NewsFlash.
Dong ding. All right, so, I had a lot written here, and I'm not even going to read what I wrote necessarily verbatim, because it's just a lot of depressing shit, right? Like the Trump arraignment, the irony of lawmakers in Idaho and Texas trying to criminalize abortion a year after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade because Trump appointed 3 judges to the Supreme Court. It's not great. And the Tennessee 3 Democratic House reps who protested on behalf of gun reform were expelled from the House of Representatives in Tennessee, which is just another perfect example of the ridiculous tactics of the GOP right now. So, also, there's another mass shooting this morning, so that all fucking sucks, right? This time, it's just sort of piling on all the shit that, infuriating and tragic stories like this that make you sort of question, why do we do a show like this? Like, we were just telling fart and dick jokes, and what's the point of it all? So you gotta just recenter sometimes and, remember that the purpose, the mission of this show is to allow local comics and artists a chance to share their opinions and their thoughts and their experiences with people like you, hopefully make you laugh and, not just forget about what all the awful things that are happening, but remind us of the good in the world too, and the stuff that pisses us off, and then we can maybe do something about it. So let's remember to do something about it. Call your congresspeople and donate, if you can, your time, money, whatever you need to do, just so that hopefully we can start making the waves in this ever-going backlog of shit that keeps coming up every so often. So, in other words, just like the dick and fart jokes can only do so much, when Mike Pence was asked what he thought about Donald Trump potentially appealing his ability to give testimony in the January 6th Commission, Mike Pence's response was thusly, dick and fart jokes commencing. Here we go.
A ProPublica report found that Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas accepted luxury trips from GOP mega donor Harlan Crow, but says that these were just personal hospitality from a dear friend, not business. In other words, he's a sugar baby. Justice Thomas responded that in the community, he'd be referred to as a member of the sucrose court. So if we want Roe v. Wade back, we just need to pitch in for a gift of a Gucci gavel and a Ralph Lauren robes.
Makes sense, about as anything else. A Florida principal who was warned multiple times by her coworkers that she was communicating with a scammer sent a $100,000 check to someone claiming to be Elon Musk. Luckily, the check was canceled by a coworker with common sense before it could be cashed, presumably by someone who is roommates with Elon Musk and the Nigerian prince. In the principal's defense, is probably the least embarrassing thing that a Florida school has been accused of in a while. So don't worry though, the school is going to get a famous lawyer to help them out of this situation. Johnny Cochran and Elle Woods, who are both definitely real and still alive.
The Dalai Lama got himself in some hot water when a video of him responding to a child's request for a hug with him asking the child to suck my ton went viral. The religious leader has since apologized, saying that he was simply trying to do what all lamas do when people get too close, which is to spit. But at his age, he needs somebody else to do it for him.
This past weekend, the Super Mario Brothers movie finally saw its release on Tuesday, breaking some box office records in spite of not great reviews and a lot of media backlash surrounding its star, Chris Pratt. Some quick stats. At $205 million in the US alone, it's now the highest grossing video game movie ever, beating out Sonic the Hedgehog. It has also beaten out Transformers Revenge of the Fallen for the highest 5-day release, and Frozen 2 for the animated movie box office globally at $377 million. Now, those stats might seem impressive, but what about the actual feedback from the movie itself? You know, joining us tonight is a special guest correspondent who is at Ground Zero, a movie theater employee who has requested that we hide their identity. So, with the help of some top-notch NewsFlash identity protection technology, please welcome an anonymous movie theater employee. Yeah! Do we have the filter on the microphone?
Yes, I think we do.
Okay, yes, there it is. Now, for the purposes of this report, what would you like us to call you?
It's a me, Mario.
I see. I can see what you did there. Very clever. So, Mario, what was the response that you saw from people going to see your movie this week?
It was horrible. So many crowds are very impatient with Mario and his co-workers are. They would get angry and impatient waiting for us to clean up the theater in between screenings. I saw one kid throw up. It looked like a blue slushy.
Oh, talk about a Rainbow Road.
Sean, are you sure this accent isn't offensive?
It's not his fault. Sorry you got me doing it. It's just the voice modulator doing its job. So, wow, that sounds really difficult, Mario. What about the movie itself? What were people's reactions to the cast's voiceover work, for example? I mean, a lot has been said about Chris Pratt's voice deviating from the traditional Mario voice, for example.
I think Chris Pratt did a fantastic job. It's not easy to display the range of necessary emotions to tell a complete story as an actor when you're expected to do a cheap imitation of a 40-year-old collection of Italian stereotypes filtered through Japanese designers. Mamma mia!
Mamma mia, indeed. Sounds like you thought the movie was pretty good then? Would you say the average person agrees with you, or are they siding on the critics' side?
Everybody loves Mario. I saw so many happy, smiling faces of the Bambinos as they came out of the theater, even though they had spilled their soda and candy and Mario had to spend more time cleaning up after the little brats. I mean, Mario thinks everybody will think of the movies. Okie dokie.
Interesting, okay. Well, I mean, I just have a few reviews here from Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh no.
They said it was bland, uninteresting, and cobbled together. They say the internet was right, Chris Pratt is all wrong, Mario and Luigi deserve so much better. There's essentially no plot, it was a boring slog. One person said they fought the urge to doze off and then found out that their friend fell asleep a couple of times afterwards. And one person says justice for Bob Hoskins from the original Mario movie in '93, and then just finally, just Chris Pratt sucks.
All right, that's it.
Wait, what's happening? Oh wow! Oh wow! What an elaborate costume change! Whoa! Mario! What?
Yeah, that's right, it's Chris Pratt.
Wait, you've been Chris Pratt this whole time?
Yes, obviously.
Okay. What? Man, well, at least you were working on the accent a little bit better.
A little bit.
I'm doing my best.
Okay, look, give it up for Chris Pratt, I mean, I guess. Yeah. Wow. How the mighty have fallen.
I heard that.
Oh no, I think we made Chris Pratt upset.
Last month, Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Meta, announced he would be stepping back from virtual reality and now says the company's future will be in investing in AI technology. But a bit of a hard pivot after he spent the last year so completely obsessed with his metaverse project. He even renamed his whole freaking company after it. This is giving strong, ill-advised rebound after a bad breakup vibes. What did the metaverse do to you, Zuck? Is he gonna have to get his tattoo partially removed like Johnny Depp did for Winona Ryder? This, of course, raises many questions about how this decision will affect the flagship Facebook, and none of the answers are particularly great.
I mean, or are we going to see self-generating targeted memes based on other posts on your aunt's wall?
Will it create hypothetical future baby photos as soon as the pregnancy is announced?
Or will your profile lowball marketplace sellers for you, or get into flame wars in the comments on your behalf?
Will the poke button achieve sentience?
Did Zuck just type how to run a social media empire into ChatGPT and this is what happened?
Honestly, the most practical use is a mode that makes regularly scheduled normie postings for your parents and employers so you can focus all your energy on shit posting in private groups.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. We'll see what happens. In other billionaire dweeb news, former Tesla employees have admitted that intimate photos and videos taken by Tesla cars were widely shared between employees. So now we know that the Tesla employees can access the cameras of Tesla cars. It makes me wonder, were these actually self-driving cars all along, or were the employees just in an office playing Mario Kart, like an internal Mario Kart Tesla? I don't know. People were so scared about cell phones and microwaves spying on them, but it turns out what they really should have been afraid of is Herbie.
You'll never see that fully loaded picture.
Yeah, I know.
2 former jail guards were sentenced to 2 years of probation for torturing prisoners by playing Baby Shark on repeat. After hearing the ruling, parents everywhere are filing lawsuits against their toddlers.
A new lawsuit against Kanye's school, Donda Academy, has revealed that the school only allows its students to eat sushi. Whatever happened to what she ordered fish fillet? Furthermore, the school does not allow anyone to use utensils or chairs, and nobody is allowed on the second floor because Kanye is afraid of jumping out the window. That's another Kanye song. This is all real, though. Those are real rules at a real school attended by real children. Also, reports say that bullying runs rampant, and the teachers and staff do nothing to intervene. In fact, at one point, a girl in the school won her spelling bee only for another student to run up onto the stage and shout that Beyonce deserved it more.
MLive featured a restaurant from Saginaw in their latest edition of Best Local Eats. The restaurant, called Valerie's Downtown, was featured for its Bloody Mary grilled cheese sandwich. And honestly, it looks awesome. But they say after eating the grilled cheese, if you say Bloody Mary grilled cheese 13 times while looking into a mirror at night, the spirit of a vengeful dairy cow will appear in the mirror, demanding you to find her stolen calf. We'd also like to thank our writers for NewsFlash this week, and if you'd like to see your name up here, you can submit your jokes to the email comedyoutletmondays@gmail.com with the subject NewsFlash Tips.
Yep, you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter to watch videos of past shows, get notified of lineups for future shows, find our submission form to get your act on our stage, and learn about other ways to get involved. And if you can't wait for that, you can hop up on stage at the end of the show during our free open improv jam. But now, Grand Rapids, you're welcome. Newsflash, this is Comedy Outlet Monday!